Oh yeah, pipe smokers. Ha ha ha. Happy Monday. Yeah, this is the Paul Gilson YouTube channel, and you guessed it. I'm Paul Gilson, the host of the show, aka Paul the Pipe Guy. Yeah. And I've got my Gilson pipe sign up on top of my refrigerator back there. Oh, thank you, Garrett and Katie, so much. I love those. Actually sent me enough. Well, I put both signs up there, but it says it on top and then on below, so I can cut it and I can frame these. It's just gonna be great. I'll probably put like a clear coat over them. Anyways, so we've got a great show for tonight. Yes, we do. It is Monday, the 11th of November. Veterans Day. Thank you to all you veterans for everything you've done, everything you've sacrificed. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I was actually talking to my friend Rudy, because all my customers become my friends, and Rudy last night after I went to bed was like, all right, I got to have that prior pipe, all right? Consider it sold. So that's gone. Paul's smoking deal of the week is gone, like they all are, because I price a great pipe right. So we were talking about different blends and stuff, and on the phone and text, and he was ordering some of this GLP's Westminster, which I love, but actually we were talking about Blockade Runner. Yeah, Cornell and Deal Blockade Runner. I said I'll smoke some. Then I'm reading the tin and I'm like, all right, it's got the rum in it, but it doesn't have any Latakia, and I'm still into Latakia. So we're going to smoke Westminster. Rudy, I hope you forgive me. GLP's Westminster, and this is actually from 12 of 2022, so it's almost 2 years old. It's been aging like that. All right, and so let's set something on fire, and then I'll just read what's in it. All right, so I said I was going to smoke the same pipe for 7 days in a row, and that's what I'm doing. This beautiful Rhodesia pipe that Mark Hill, Welch Piper 62, who most of us know and love, gifted to me. Yes, let's set it on fire. So, you guys know the bit. Grab your favorite blend, grab your favorite pipe, and let's roll. And get something to drink, too. Yeah. Mm. Oh, Latakia Rich. Now, last night, we smoked the Kensington, which is a lighter Latakia blend. This one is a bit more strong. Yeah. Mm. So I had a good talk to Rudy with my friend Rudy. He's from, I think, North Carolina? Eastern North Carolina? If it's South Carolina and I got it mixed up, I'm sorry. And he's a carpenter, hard-working guy. Oh, man. What's in this GLP's Westminster? Let's read what they have to say about it. It's a traditional English mixture. Rich, elegant, refined, blah, 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 blah. It's got New World Red Virginia. Red Virginias are enhanced with a gentle caress of bright leaf, then lavishly seasoned with rich oriental tobacco and generous measures of noble cypress mountain Latakia. Westminster is a full, satisfying mixture. Yeah, with layers of flavor. And they ain't kidding, man. That is rich. That's pretty strong. So, Rudy, if you're watching, you may want to try that out, man. If you like Latakia, like you said you did. GLP's Westminster. In fact, you know what? I'll send you a bowl or two with the pipe I'm sending you, along with a couple other blends. Wow. This is strong. I want to show you something. So the what I was going to smoke tonight, this Blockade Runner, all right, Cornell and Deal. The tin date on this is 2/3/2021. So it's not too far from being 4 years old. It's 3 3/4 years old. Look at the bottom of the tin. Look how it's bubbling up, man. That tin is not flat. If I set that on the table, it would go like that. All right. You take the little plastic cap off. Look at the top of the tin, how it's bowed up. Look at the little snap cap there. See how it's raised up? The thing's raised up almost 1/4 of an inch. That thing's ready to explode. I mean, you guys that have some vintage tobaccos, I don't know, what do you think? Should I open that up and jar it? I mean, is this going to explode? I don't know. But what that's caused from, when you get a brand new tin, okay, like this tin here, it's not too old, but it's concave, all right? So it's vacuum sealed. So if you look at the lid actually goes like that. It curves down. The center is lower than the sides. It's still vacuum sealed. This is still vacuum sealed, but because it's fermenting, you can see it, that's a good shot there. It's bulging out. It's ready to blow up. So cheers. Happy Veterans Day. Yep. Thank you all who have served. My father served. He went in the U.S. Army in 1962, I believe. And went through basic, did all this, did all that. And he actually got up to the rank of E7, which is Staff Sergeant. and he was an Army drill instructor. His specialty was the rifle range. So you can imagine being kids growing up with him. He never had to yell. When my father looked at us, he just commanded respect. I don't ever remember my father raising his voice, just because we knew. I mean, he was my adopted father. He became my father when he married my mom when I was 11, and then adopted me and my brothers and my sister when I was 12. But he just commanded respect. And he's passed on now. He's in heaven, you know. But he led by example. In other words, he wouldn't do something and then tell us kids to do something different than he did. He led by example. He was a true leader. He's now in heaven. Lived to be almost 80 years old. And went through the Boy Scouts when we were old enough to be Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. We got involved in that, and he joined up as a leader, and it was great. He was at every one of my sporting events. I still have, and had, the utmost respect for him and fear, because he wasn't a guy that played around. He'd tell you he loved you. But my father was not a guy that would play around. If you tried playing with him, you were going to lose, for sure. And my mother backed him up. So that's what a good marriage is all about. That's a family building blocks, okay? You have the mother and the father. They may go in the other room. They may work out their disagreements on what they want to do with a situation when a kid's causing a problem, or what to do, you know, in certain situations. They work that out in private. Then when they both agree on everything, they come out of the bedroom and it's like, all right, here's the way it's going to be. And that's the way it was. And there was no getting around it. There was no, you know, asking my father, can I do this? And he said no. And then I'd ask my mom, and she'd be like, well, what'd your father tell you? He said no. Well, then the answer's no. And vice versa. You know, they had a good, solid marriage, a good, solid relationship. There was no drugs, alcohol, any of that crap involved. So I'm sure that had a lot to do with their cohesiveness and the way that they were able to communicate each other when it came to dealing with us kids. Because a child will find any little crack, all right, between the mom and dad, and they'll just open that up, and so they can try to get their way. It's just the human nature. Nope. My mom and dad were on the same page. So, Rudy, thank you for your business, my friend. I'm going to get that right out to you. That's going to be a great smoker, man. Rudy, being a carpenter, he says he's got some of these Mr. Bones or whatever pipes that you can just knock around. They're kind of rough cut pipes, I guess. I don't know. He says if I drop it, you know, whatever. But he says, I want something for around the house that's real nice. And he says, I just had to have that. So for, $50, it's a great, great pipe. And it's Algerian briar, which smokes phenomenal. So last night, I spent a little time on eBay and I spent a lot of money. Bartering, negotiating, bidding on pipes. I've got 10 coming in. I think you guys will really like. They're all going to be like $70 and under. I'll get them all cleaned up. We'll show them to you. They'll be coming in a little bit at a time over the next week. But I get good deals and I pass them on to my friends. Yeah. Oh, man. Gonna make myself a nice steak dinner tonight. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well. I mean, since that smoking deal of the week sold so fast, does anybody really want to see another Paul the Pipe Guy smoking deal of the week? All right, I'll show you. This thing is a monster billiard. All right. And I got this pipe in. That thing is huge. I can fit my thumb in it. And I don't have small hands. That thing is huge. And I suppose if you wanted to, you could probably drill that out to 9mm. Yeah, definitely. And I basically rehabbed this whole pipe. There's no name on it. It's got a factory fill there. Try to get you a better shot of that. Yeah, right there. It's got a factory fill there that I did. And a little factory fill there. That baby's huge. It's like 6.5 inches long. That bowl's like 1.75 inches deep. And it's got to be almost 1.5 inches wide. That one right there, I will ship to you. Other than the factory fills, it's got really beautiful briar. I stripped this one down, totally restored her. And she's a sitter. Yep, so she'll sit up like that. I'll let that one fly. Oh, and there's no teeth chatter. First guy that says, I want that pipe, $50 and it's yours and I will ship it to you. $50. And if you want the Gilson stamp on it, I'll put a Gilson stamp on it. $50. Gorgeous. Huge. I mean, that's a monster billiard with gorgeous briar. I wish it didn't have that factory fill in the back there, but it does. $50. And that's yours. That thing's huge. Look next to my finger how big that shank is. It's as big as my finger. It's huge. Anyways, we're going to take a break for a moment. We'll be right back in a nanosecond. Alrighty, so we're back. Yeah, so You can't. I was talking to Rudy, and he's like, "Man, I can't believe the price that you're selling that pipe for." And he says, "I check on eBay and stuff." He says, "You can't find a decent pipe for under $70. An estate pipe." Now, keep in mind, being a estate pipe, this is old briar, old, aged. A pipe like this comes from a time when they let the briar age for 30, 40 years. They don't do that anymore. These newer pipes that you buy, these brand new pipes, they let the briar age for like 2 years. That's it. And that's why they smoke like shit. And that's why when you take a pipe like what I do, and I buy old estate pipes, and I revive them back, breathe new life into them, ream them out, deghost them, fully polish them all back up and everything. That's why they're such a great smoker, is because the briar's like really old. I mean, shit, you can't even touch a brand new Dr. Grabow for under $60 now. And it's like, are you kidding me? And it's like new briar. This stuff is aged. That thing's a monster. I probably should have asked more than $50 for it, but I said it. Yeah, crown on that pipe is gorgeous. Everything's beautiful about that pipe. And if you don't like it, you're not happy with it, I'll give you your money back. Yep. She's gorgeous. So you can either text me at 585-352-3660. That's 585-352-3660. Or just put it in the comment section. Say, "Hey, Paul, I want that monster billiard you just showed." The thing is huge. You're not going to clench that pipe, I'm telling you. Yeah, we've graduated to a cigarette. I'm going to smoke the rest of this bowl, which is almost all smoked. And yeah, Rudy, it was a pleasure to talk to you tonight. I'm going to send you a sample of a few blends that I've got. I'll give you little samples and, Ziploc bags. Just, I'll mark what's on them. Just take them all and throw all those bags into a mason jar. So, because even the Ziploc bag, it's still going to dry out. Just throw them all in a big ass mason jar. I'll probably send you 3-4 blends to try out. Yeah. So I've got this pipe that I'm working on for a special customer. And it kind of looks like a purplish color, but no, it's aqua green. And I'm going to take this out on the polishing wheel tonight. Yeah. Who wants to see, if there's only even just one person that wants to see what this pipe looks like after I polish it up and bring the grain out of this and the aqua green out, I'll do it and I'll post a video tonight. Just say, "Hey man, I got to see what that pipe looks like when it's done." Yeah. Paul the Pipe Guy, remember to always love one another. Be kind. Be kind to even the liberal idiots, the libtards. What can I say? They're misguided. It's all good. We got Trump for another 4 years. Thank the Lord. Paul the Pipe Guy, over and out.